such small margins determining these chasers, these matches, and maybe this title. Oh my word! It's going to be Fata Morgana, the Israeli team, and UGen, the only British team left standing. They've assembled a team which looks more dangerous than they have been for years, with the addition of Orlando DeVoe and Luke Horner from Team Fat. It's kind of a merger of two of the British teams. However, are they dangerous enough against the Israelis' Fata Morgana? This Israeli team are having quite the weekend here in France. Dmitry Domakov, the team captain, has 4 evasions, and he played a big role in that shockwave-sending victory over Apex Moon. Well, it is Luis Casas who starts as the evader for Fata Morgana. The Richard Thompson, a real snarl from him on the chaser's plate. Keeping his eyes on his man, going down low, not making his move just yet. Now he tries to make a move, and he does make a move, and Luis Casas won't get a lead-off point this time. There was a roar from Richard Thompson after making that tag.
He played a little bit too fast, in my opinion, but there was no attempt from Richard to get inside loading bay. And if there's no attempt, you feel rather safe. You need to move when the attempt to get in happens.
Shai Turkiya into the action. And, well, it looked like he was going to get that. Did not make it. Richard Thompson up on the sisters. Decides to step across them. There's a slide through the tilted cube, and a very good one at that.
Oh, that was a scary slide there. Maybe his last good attempt. I think he could have fashioned one more chance after that. But after missing that first one by just centimeters, he kind of decided, you know what? It's a little bit late into the chase. I'm going to give it one more all-or-nothing slide. Luckily for Shai, it pays off for that one.
Dave Hogenboom, the Dutchman, 6 evasions to his name in this tournament, more than anybody else. Admittedly, 4 of them came against the Brazilian's Bolt. But he's not too shabby as a tagger either, and he feels like he's got his man. But has he? Has he? Yes, he has. It felt like he was jogging behind him, waiting for the chance, and there was a little moment where it looked like he might not come.
Yeah, honestly, I think he was making the right idea. It looked to me like maybe he could have caught up on frontline because he was kind of going slowly there. Shai ends up going with something we don't ever see, a dive straight through the loading bay. But Dave, true to form, hits the Dorito cut, and it doesn't prove too much of a problem. Although a lot of running, he's got to be slightly tired.
Stas, look how quickly he launches into that chase. 2 rangy and very quick athletes. You can see that plaster on the eyebrow of Stas. It's because he is very, very committed, and he is committing here. You can see the commitment and determination.
Now that got a little bit scary because I think had Dave swung around to the outside of tilted, Stas would find himself on the wrong side. He takes a gamble, and it does pay off under sisters.
Well, 4 chasers in, still 0-0. Sam Van Rijn comes in, played a bigger part in this team than we might have expected.
Good work.
Oh, it's lovely work on the bars, but he doesn't manage to create the chance, and Stas is off to the ridge. And under the ridge again, round the loading bay, he decides to go all the way around. Benny Hilling round there, and under the ridge, and off he goes, Stas, and there's a stumble from Sam. Sam, can he get him? No, he can't! First point of the match, and it is the Israelis who lead. Sam Van Rijn stamping his feet in frustration. He's still raging.
Oh man, Sam ends up, he had such a good climb up onto the tilted cube. He was in the exact right position, but wasn't able to execute from the tag. From that point on, he felt too pressured and ended up tailing Stas. The problem was a little bit of a trip on the front line, and Stas gains the distance to get the evasion.
Fata Morgana lead, and they've been quite good at defending leads. They did it against Apex. Stas goes under the mountain, and it's Luke Horner, one of the new recruits from Team Fat, who comes in. Yet to see Lando DeVoe, who could have been the star player at this tournament, but Luke Horner's been impressive as well, and that was impressive. He gets the tag with less than 3 seconds left on the clock.
Good work there from Luke. Now, I've heard a lot of people asking, what do you do when you get in that load, when you get stuck as the evader in loading bay corner? Stas showed the exact right movements, keeping your body moving, always making the chaser second guess, and when the chaser goes to make a move, that's when you have to go. Luke Horner able to keep on the pressure though and ends up with the tag.
Well, in comes Maxime. First time we've seen him since their very first chase of the entire event. Not used him since. So he should be fresh. And it's a nice little hop onto the top of the ridge. Luke goes to the loading bay using those jittery legs, and he's just threatening to go one way, and in the end he goes through the mountain to the tilted cube, and Maxime is trying to force the chance, and he does force it, and we've had to wait to see him again, but it was worth the wait.
Yeah, good work there from Maxine.
Where is Lando DeVoe? The UGen #1 is still in the team area. Is there a reason we're not seeing him?
I've heard he may have a bit of an ankle issue.
Well, if that is the issue, then UGen are trying to win this with one hand tied behind their back. Maxime! Well, I wasn't expecting that. Still 1-0, halfway through this one, and Fata Morgana lead UGen by 1-0. Luis Casas back into the action. Dave Hogenbohm moves through the mountain. It's a move he's seen him do so many times so easily over the course of this tournament. And Luis is in close attendance, and surely he's got him now. He hugs him, he grabs him, he will not let him go. It was nearly rugby for a minute.
In that situation, you start to feel the pressure and you want to go for a dive. What Luis does that almost no one else would do under that type of pressure is act like he goes for the dive, trusting that Dave will make the cutback, hesitating on the dive, slapping his hands, pulling back out, and then making the tag.
Richard Thompson looking to stop the Israeli team taking a 2-0 lead. And has he got his man? No, he hasn't. Yes, he has. Looked for a moment like he might be getting away. Both looked a little bit sketchy around the front line as they were trying to pick up pace, but Thompson makes the tag.
He knew he didn't really want to get into a full-on foot race. Tries to do something a little bit tricky and cut under. Not able to get it done, though.
No sign of Dima. Fata Morgana are winning this, and they haven't used their captain.
Could they both be trying to save their star players?
Well, who knows? At the minute, the plan is working for Fata Morgana, but it is a very interesting dynamic as Richard Thompson decides to ride the sisters like a horse. He manages to get away under the ridge, and little spin around those bars of the mountain. Shy makes the tag!
Man.
Oh, my word!
Back-to-back incredibly tight dives through these steel bars. Shy ends up with the second one. It looked like maybe he made contact on the first one, but a wise competitor. He does not give up until the tag is clear and obvious, and that's exactly what we need to see.
Wow. Such small margins determining these chasers, these matches, and maybe this title.
1-0, Fata Morgana.
Shy Turkey starting at the ridge. Dave Hogenbohm back into the action. And he drops down to the tilted cube, and Dave Hogenbohm reaches over with that big, long Dutch arm and gets the tag.
Man, Dave is such a tall human. He reaches all the way to the ground as he leans over that tilted cube.
Yeah, well, Luis managed to get hold of him last time. He's being sent in once again. And again, we're still waiting for Dima. No sign of it. No sign of Lando DeVoe. Strange old times. Might be injuries for two big-name players in this one, but Luis looking to get the job done. He doesn't go over the sisters as efficiently as Dave Hogenbohm, who ghosts through the mountain once again. And to the ridge, round by the loading bay, big dive, and a second reach out. He's claiming it, but he has to keep chasing. He has to keep chasing. The lights go green. The evasion has been given. He's calling for the DTR, but the referees gave evasion. Now, are they 100% sure? No.
We've got the signal. DTR.
We've got the signal. It is going to go to a disputed tag review, and this is pivotal.
Did he get a hand on a leg or a foot as he stepped up?
Is it the second swing? No, it might be the first one.
Oh, it's close. It may be a pant leg, if anything. And again, we always have to state, the chaser's job is not just to tag, it is to get a clear and obvious tag.
It is either remaining 1-0 to Fata Morgana and Luis stays on the court as evader, or UGen level things up. Well, they looked enough evidence there. They were still looking, and are we going to be surprised?
Evasion!
Oh, wow! Really?
I have to give the judges the benefit of the doubt. But they had one angle that looked to me like a clear tag, but they had two other angles that looked to be an evasion.
Three chasers left, and in comes the Fata Morgana captain. Dmitry Domakov.
1-all.
Parkour 59 went to their captain late on when they needed him. Fata Morgana looking to do the same. Their debut at the World Championship last time out saw them reach the quarterfinals. They are looking to go at least one step further, and Dima makes the tag there and makes it very well.
Now, we touched on this earlier. Dima has been saving himself, possibly for a matchup against Orlando, and that could be why we haven't seen either of them. It could be a matchup thing from both teams. Dima getting a quick tag there, and this comes into a winning the match if Dima can pull off an evasion for his squad right now.
Well, Lando DeVoe must be injured because they've been sending him on here, and they're not. It's Sam Van Rijn, and Dima has a chance to win it for Fata Morgana to take this team further than they've ever been in the World Championship to the semi-finals. Sam Van Rijn up into the tilted cube, and Dima's away down low. He manages to get back on his feet and goes under the mountain. Sam needs to get him. Sam does get him. He does get him. And Dima, what has he collided with there? He's okay. He's up and he's okay. However, what will hurt him is the fact he couldn't get the evasion, and now it is match point to UGen.
Oh man, and Sam showed up in their last matchup, coming away with 2 evasions back to back, so we know he is a quality evader.
Well, they are sending in Shai Turkia once again. He has had 2 spectacular tags in this match. He needs to make the tag here, or UGen will win the match. Shai up onto those bars, and he's after Sam here, he's after Sam here, and it's another brilliant tag from Shai Turkia that takes this game to sudden death, just like our first quarterfinal.
Shai looking next to unstoppable when he's chasing you.
Sudden death again. UGen and Fata Morgana, longest evasion win.
Now, I like this decision, sending out Dave. He has been the best evader so far, and we do have Shai coming up yet again. But as you said, he just went out, and he tends to set longer traps, not instant tags.
How quickly can he get hold of Dave Hogenbone? Can he get hold of him at all? Longest evasion wins. And the Dutchman sets off, and it is a quick tag.
So
it's a
good.
brilliant piece of work from Shai Turkia, and it's probably a match-winning one because it's a spike tag in what? Less than 5 seconds. We'll get the official time, but surely UGen can't come back from that.
Oh, absolutely. The pressure is on. Looks like, am I seeing 3.7? Is that true?
3.7 seconds. That is ridiculous. Dima, look, we are genuinely in a position. He can go on the other end of the quad. It's going to take him half the time just to get over there. Well, it's down to one of the new recruits. They are trusting Luke to try and get this done. He's got less than 4 seconds. This cannot be done, can it? This is impossible. He goes straight at him, he has to. Dima, round, and that will do it. That will do it. And that is a win for Fata Morgana. UGen are beaten. And look at the celebration from Dima and the rest of the Israeli team. They are through to the semi-finals of a World Championship for the first time in their history.